What's up, world? Andre J here, and I'm back again with another episode. Before I begin, I just want to thank all my listeners out there. Your love, your constant well wishes, and praise and support means the world to me. Without you guys, these episodes wouldn't be possible. So I want to give you a big old thanks from the bottom of my heart. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about self love, the true definition of happiness. Pretty much, this is just an ode to peace and love. I mean, we live in such a crazy, busy, and sometimes frustrating world. And sometimes we forget the importance of giving ourselves what we need, and that is self love. There is nothing wrong with slowing that train down and stopping to reflect on life and your experiences, good and bad, and just loving yourself in the process. So, when I started to get the idea to do this episode, pretty much it kind of stemmed from episode 101 to episode 102. Pretty much episode 101 was pretty much talking about a movement, Stop Suicide, in which we could get to a place where we can help our children, help our young adults, help our adults, our friends, our family get through a time where they may not feel their best and they have some suicidal thoughts in their mind, or they're, going through some mental issues or what have you. Whatever it is, just being able to be there and talk about it and raise the awareness out for, it's pretty much a cry for help. Episode 102, we talked about my personal journey and living a better life as far as health and weight wise. And just pretty much, I discussed a little piece in there somewhere where I kind of lacked self love for a second because I made my weight loss goal about other people because I was more concerned with wanting to be accepted as opposed to wanting to live a better life. So that's where, I screwed up and, had some lack of self love, but it's okay. So pretty much this episode is tying the threads together. It's a clincher for me because the 101 and 102, you need self-love to be able to get through those elements and those experiences through life. So pretty much this episode is going to talk about I am coming to you guys to ask of you to give yourself more self-love on a day-to-day basis. So the question, how can you be 100% for others if you aren't 100% for yourself? So I just want you to take a minute and think about that question. It sounds a little bit simple, but it's pretty much, it's a little complicated at times. Also, it led me to another question of, are you investing enough in yourself? And I can bet you a top dollar that 9 times out of 10, it's going to be no, the answer. We may sit here and say we give ourselves this, we do this for ourselves, but think about just how life has you. Sometimes, we serve others more than we serve ourselves. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with giving back and being involved in the community and things of that nature and being there for your friends and your family. But you have to remember, you have to go back to that first question. If I'm not 100% for myself, how can I be 100% for others? So it's just something to think about. Pretty much, I just wanted to bring up the time where I don't give myself enough self love. And even to this day, I still have a problem with that. I kind of mentioned about the self love portion of the whole weight loss journey. And then even today, sometimes I feel like I spread myself too much all over as far as tasks and duties that I have to take care of, that I'm just left, tired and exhausted at the end of the day. And it's nothing wrong with that. But at some point, when it's just a constant kind of repetitive type of style, you get real tired after so long, and it's very draining. And I notice it. So, I had to come to a place where I was able to say, you know what? Andre, it's time for you to just chill out for a minute. Time for you to collect your thoughts, get it all together, and then you can go head first in and give everybody what they need, as long as you're making sure you dedicate time for yourself to give yourself everything that you need. Um, Pretty much, it's a learning process. So this is not going to be something that I'm expecting everybody to learn overnight. But just, I feel like we know what we need. And sometimes we ignore what we need because of what others may need or want or ask of us. And we don't want to let them down. So we let ourselves down. And it's not a beat up process. It's pretty much just of a wake up call. because I feel like everyone works hard. You deserve to take that time to yourself. You deserve to pretty much nurture and pamper yourself. It's that time. It's that time to do that. Um, it's nothing wrong with being selfish. And I think that's where some of us pretty much have the misconception that, us being selfish or you being selfish makes you a bad person. It does not. Now, there's a difference between being selfish to gain a peace of mind and just to be than to be selfish just to be selfish just because there are a lot of people out here in the world who are that way. But what I mean by being selfish is being selfish to the world, to close that door, to chill out, to think about the way you want your life to go, what goals you are trying to reach, what things in life you're trying to accomplish. You need a space in which you can do that without interruption, without worrying about what others are doing. And it's pretty much a meditation. It's a form of meditation. Meditation is the best thing ever. I've actually had a chance to do it a couple of times. I need to do it more often. I feel like I feel much better. Um, Meditate. Ask yourself, what is fulfilling to me, and what, and not just satisfy me. Let me just rephrase that. Figure out what fulfills you instead of what satisfies you. To me, satisfaction is a form of settle. We don't want to settle. We want to give ourselves all that we need so we can be the best that we can be. So pretty much what did it for me, how I was able to do it. I have a lot of things that I'm really into as far as like, that quiet my time. I'm into writing. I'm into music. I'm a big fan of music. That's my first love. I love playing video games time to time. Nothing wrong with that. When I have the time, I chill out and do that. I like to sing on the side, just, here or there, just turn on my music or whatever, and just let it, go through me, let it flow through me. And I also like quiet time, even though I don't have much of that, but hey, that's what some of the things that I like. Also, um, something that fulfills me now is the ability to be able to present a podcast to the world. I've done a lot of fulfilling things in my life. When I, first started my work, that was something that fulfilled me. Of course, family, but as far as my personal niche and what pretty much just makes me just smile from ear to ear is the fact that I was able to um, release this podcast. And the reason why it fulfills me is because it was a goal that I sat down and I thought about and I questioned myself over and over again and asked myself, am I able to do this? Do I have the strength to do it? And when I made my mind up, I started putting those, the wheels in motion, and everything just started to fall into play and come together. And here we are. And, it just shows me that if I am determined, no matter how slow of a start that I may get, as long as I can create the goal, think of how I'm going to fulfill the goal, and keep pushing towards the goal, man, I can master it. I can master anything. And I want you all to kind of take that same level of thinking when it comes down to giving yourself self love. Self love is all about having fun, reevaluating yourself and looking in the mirror, accepting your flaws and all, and also asking yourself, how can I get better? What can I do to make me smile a little bit more? I'm going to hug myself today. I'm going to get some candles. I'm going to put them around the bathtub. I'm going to run some nice bubble bath, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to listen to music, or I'm just going to sit there and be quiet. And I'm just going to think. I'm going to let God talk to me and tell me what he wants me to do with my life and guiding me the right way. I'm just going to sing out loud because that's what I feel like doing. I'm going to scream Whatever it is that makes you feel good about what you're doing and how you're feeling in that moment of meditation, that's exactly what you act on. That's exactly what you do. um it's so hard to, we all have busy lives. It's so hard to pretty much put a time frame, a time limit on this time, but I feel like everybody deserves at least 30 minutes a day to themselves, where they just close out um the world and just, and we're going to do it again, just breathe in and breathe out. And I said it with a soft tone because it's so spiritual, it's so calming when you're able to just inhale, exhale, think, relax, pause, let it flow, let your thoughts flow. It's very important that we give ourselves that. And I'm telling you, when you get really deep down into it and you release and you come back and you just look at things a little bit more clearer, it's just amazing feeling. It's the most amazing feeling in the world. Um, Constantly tell yourself that you love yourself. I mean, we deal with a lot of issues on a day to day basis, and it's all because there's a lack of love somewhere. There's some type of disconnect where someone may not feel as loved as they should. Constantly tell yourself, I love myself. I love me for being me. I love me for being different. I love me for having that scar on my hand or that mole on my back or having short hair when someone said I should have long hair. Learn how to embrace yourself. And that's what the self love process is all about. Learning to embrace yourself and love yourself for who you are and never let anybody make you feel different because you are different. We are all human and we all are unique humans. And that's what pretty much makes us distinct, our qualities, how we differentiate between one another. We don't have to go around because, social media and the influences we have, TV and music makes us feel we all have to be the same as far as appearance and image and all of that crap. We don't. We need to be ourselves. There are a lot of things that we have in common as far as emotions and the way of thinking. But for the most part, as far as identity, that's what makes us, sets us apart from everybody else in the world, is having a sense of self, a sense of identity that no one can take from you, that no one can change, that no one can make you feel bad for being you. That's what separates you from the rest of the folk in the world. Um, Constantly give that love to yourself because it helps you. Whatever issues you may be having, no matter what you're going through in your life, just take a minute and just say, I love myself. I even love the experiences that I'm going through. It might be a good experience, it might be a bad experience, but whatever experience it is, love it because it's your badge of honor. It's your pretty much testament and your way of being able to add that to your book of life that continues to grow each day. We're blessed to be here, and just to talk about that. Life itself is not promised to us. We don't know what tomorrow may bring, so that's why we need to make today count. We need to make every moment count. We need to love, ourselves more. And in turn, when we're able to love ourselves more, it makes it easier for us to love others. And when I say that, sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with seeking your husband or your wife for attention or for love or for emotional support. But I feel like because we give ourselves so little, we become emotionally dependent on our partners, on our spouses, whatever it is, our relationships, friendships, whatever. We become too emotionally dependent to the point where we expect this person to be everything that we should already have a foundation laid down for. And sometimes you grow up, some people grow up, they may not have a mother, they may not have a father, they may have had a broken home, but that does not mean that you can't give yourself everything you need and give yourself all the love in the world. Sometimes they don't know how to do it, and it's okay. It's okay. But that's where that moment where you're taking your time and being to yourself for a minute comes into play, because it helps you be able to be your best self and identify with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that I lack? What is it that I need? So it's so amazing. Um, I wanted to do this episode because it's pretty much my awakening. Um, my awakening, my asking for the awakening of the world to give themselves something that they may be missing, and it's love. The whole world is missing a lot of love, and that's the reason why some things are the way they are now. But we can do this if we stand together, if we band together, we continue to be humble and stay true to ourselves in this process. We can make it, and we will do just fine. Just this one was most important to me because by me sharing my voice and my thoughts to you helps me pretty much be able to do what it is I'm highlighting out to you guys. Because like I said, even to this day, I have a problem with giving myself everything I need. Like I just go, go, go. And then it's just like, oh, when it's time to stop, it's just like, oh my God, like I'm very tired. I'm exhausted. I don't know how I'm going to do this again tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to go to my work. I don't know how I'm going to take care of my responsibilities. But that's because I didn't take that minute to just breathe and let everything go for a minute and ask for that spiritual path to my next goal, to whatever it is I need to do next and how to do it. Sometimes we need that clear head space to make those decisions and do what it is that we need to do to make sure that we are over 100% for ourselves, and then we can help our buddy, our friends, our family, our brothers and sisters in Christ next. So it's not easy. But what makes it easy is when you have a whole bunch of people around you doing the same thing, trying to make that same goal and accomplish that same thing. It makes it all better. And in turn, when I say that, it's just like the energy you guys give me to be able to come up and uplift the world with these episodes. It means the world to me. It's just a humbling experience. So, sometimes we have to be humble enough to say, hey, look, I'm going to stop everything around me and I'm going to dedicate this moment to myself. No matter how you do it, let's just hope that everybody is doing it in the right way, in the respectful way. But nonetheless, doing it and making sure that each and every last moment of life counts. And before I leave you today, I have to leave you with these 5 key elements to a better life. And they are: live your truth, love yourself, hustle hard, be humble, and live your best life. It's so crazy how all of those key elements helps the self-love process. You just make sure that you constantly live in your truth. Loving yourself. That's the self love. Love yourself. Come on, talk to them. Hustle hard. Make sure you're always hustling hard and the most legit way you can. Be humble. No matter how many successes that you may receive while you're here on this earth, stay humble, because it's here today. It could be gone tomorrow. And that's just how you have to think, and live your best life. Tomorrow isn't promised. Do the best you can to abide by the laws that we have, the book that was provided to us to make things happen and to live our most humble, best life that we can. Make sure you're doing those things. And while you're on your way, help another. Help another individual who may need it. But first, make sure you know what it is to take that time to help yourself. I hate to leave you guys. I can't believe it's been almost 20 minutes since we've been going on. This was probably one of my shorter episodes, but I just wanted to get this out to the world and just let you know I'm thinking about all you. I want everybody to have the best life that they can have. And in order for you to do that, you have to make sure you take time for yourself. It's a mental thing. You have to get in touch with your mental health. When you get to the point where you're getting overwhelmed, you're getting more frustrated than normal, it's time for you to revel down, take a break, and just breathe. Breathe. Don't worry about what's around you. Don't worry about the people who have spit venom on your name, have been negative towards you, have mistreated you in any kind of way. Self love is the most important part of your day. Make sure you're giving all that you have to yourself before you issue any type of image of yourself to another person. So, if you haven't already, make sure you guys check out my YouTube page and subscribe. It's going to be Andre J Presents Bulletproof Soul Speaks the Podcast. Kind of a long name, but if you do it in Google and you just put Andre J and Bulletproof Soul, you'll be sure to pull up the episodes there. So if you're not able to listen to me on SoundCloud or Apple Podcasts, I'm going to be on YouTube. I make sure I put the audio up for you guys to chime in and listen in and everything. And also, you can catch me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook with any updates, videos, little live broadcastings. I'm also going to be putting a little bit more videos up on the on my YouTube channel. So make sure you stay tuned and check those out. But as of today, that's all I have for you. I'll be back really soon. Before I leave, I have to do it at the beginning and I have to do it at the end. I just want to thank all of my listeners out there. I don't care if it's 2 people right now. I thank you. I thank everybody. I don't care how many, how few. I thank everyone who's out there listening. I'm hoping that we keep on this journey and we ride this wave. And I'm just thankful that we're able to do this together. So hey, I'll be back with you guys with another episode. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but that's all up to you to tune in and see what it's going to be about. I'll be posting updates pretty soon. So I'll catch you guys later. Andre J. You've been listening in to self-love. And I'm hoping that you guys give yourself more self-love day by day. It will get easier. Trust me. Trust and believe me. It'll get easier. So signing out. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.